Hey everyone, this is Eric with CLT Indicators. Today we are going to speak about Precog. What we're currently looking at is signals, Precog, and waves. For this tutorial, we are not going to need waves. We are not going to need signals. Also for Precog, let's make this as simple as possible. We're going to disable scalp trading. See these little arrows are going bye-bye. And we are only going to trade off four things: orange wedge, green wave, blue VWAP, and top bar. And the way this works is you have this zero line. If the majority, if three or more of these are above the zero line, then we're going to buy. If 3 or 4 are below, we're in a sell. It's that simple. For the top bar, which doesn't move, red means down, green means up. Super simple. And so let's go back and just pick a random day and just go through them and see what it says and what we could have done. So I'm going to do a replay. We'll drop it in the middle of this black area. Okay, so we are starting on right at August 1st. And so right now we have green, blue is up, orange is non-existent, and green is down. So we only have two up. It's not time to buy. So let's start to slide through these. And we're waiting for an orange wedge or that green to move. Okay. So here we have red top line, like red bar. That's a down. Blue is on the south side. Green, it's hard to see, but it's just now moving on the south side. And orange is down. This is a sell. I don't particularly short the bull market. If you do, this would be a time to short. So we're going to move forward, and we're going to watch these candles. And each of these, I'm on the 3-hour chart, so each of these moving forward is 3 hours in time. Okay, so we're starting to have some downward movement. And let me drop a line just so we remember where we were at when we made this call. And so right now, every time I move forward, we're going forward 3 hours in time. Okay, so now we have orange is up, red is down, blue is down, green is down. We aren't selling yet. Now we have top bar down, blue is down, orange and green are up. So right now we're at a 2-and-2 situation. Depending on what leverage you're at, you might want to take this as a win and get out. So we're at, we'll call it 4%. It's a little over 4%. We'll call it 4%. I typically do 5x, so we're at a 20% win right here. We have mixed signals. You could take it if you want it, or you could see what happens in another 3 hours. Okay, so now I have VWAP at 0, so the blue VWAP is at 0. Orange is up, green is up, and this is still red. I would not be mad if you sold right now. I probably would sell right now. So I would take this at 5x, 20% gain, and wait for my next signal, which is exactly what we're doing here. So now we have 3 up and 1 down. This is for sure a signal to buy, or you could just keep riding it. Obviously buying worked out. And to drop another line to see where we were when we made that decision, we're right there. So now we have 1 signal down, 3 signals up. And just to tell you what these background colors mean, if sometimes this orange comes through and it's just a little sliver and it's kind of hard to see, if orange is up, the background is green. If orange is down, the background is red. That's all it means. So let's move forward in time. And now we're looking for our sell signal, which would be 2 or more down. So right now I have up, 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 down. That's 3 up, 1 down. I'm staying in this trade. Now we have everything up. I'm staying in this trade. There's nothing that's telling me to get out of this trade yet, so I'm staying in this trade. So now we have blue down. So now we need to start paying attention because we have one signal down while the other 3 are still up. And sometimes I see the price going up. Sometimes I see the price going up. Down, I don't care. I'm just looking at my signals. Okay, so right now I have a red bar. Blue is down. I don't see green. And I don't see orange. I would not be mad if you got out of this right now. What kind of game would that be at 5x? Let's see. That would be 13 times 5. So you'd have a 75% gain over almost 5 days. I mean, I'm not mad at that. Typically, personally, I'll wait to see what the orange wedge is going to do before I make a decision. Okay, so now I have orange down, green down, blue up, top bar up. So I'm going to go another 3 hours and see what happens. I probably wouldn't sell here. Just because it's 2 up and 2 down. And I see that holding. Now I have 3 down. I have bar down, green down, orange down, blue up. So I'm going to go ahead and sell here. Now let's see what kind of gains we got. So we got $20 times 5, so we got 100% gains over 5 days. I mean, that's pretty killer, right? So let's take this and let's move it up here. Let's say I don't short a bear market, or a bull market rather. But we have 3 signals down. You could. Let's see what happens. So we're still 2 up, 2 down, or 3 down, 1 up. If you ever see this come across on the top bar, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, that's called candy striping. And at that point, you can choose to ignore that until it starts to print solid for longer. I still typically listen to it, but it starts to get untrustworthy at that point. It's pretty rare that it happens, but I am now looking to get out of my short when I see everything change. And everything just changed. And that's why I don't short during a bull market. It's a very slight loss, but it is a loss. Which protecting your money is equally as important to growing your money. So right now I have green up, blue up, yellow up, red down. So I'm going to go ahead and buy here. Because I have 3 up, 1 down. Now I have 2 down, 2 up. And every time this candle, you see a candle print, it's another 3 hours. It's easy to watch these pass fast. It's slow to watch them move. Like if you're sitting here watching this fall over 3, 6, 9, 12, well, over a full, day or half a day, you're like, I should really be out of this. But that's when you make mistakes. You lose money. So here I have up, 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 and then up. Of course I'm not getting out of this. Everything's starting to approach zero. No clear indicator yet to change positions. So we're just moving forward with time. And I'm sure you guys remember this was only, 6 weeks ago when it felt like we were going sideways forever. Okay, so now we have a signal. We have orange down, green down. This bar is holding green, so that's an up. And this blue is still north of zero, so that's still an up. I wouldn't be mad if you got out here. And the reason being is this is maybe a little more TA than this should go into. But this ribbon line shows divergences. And if I have 3 marks in a line, so I have here, 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 and then I draw this same line up here, here, to here. So this is the same points. This is going up, this is going down. That's a bad sign. So honestly, I would probably, since I see this already starting to form down, I would probably go ahead and take this small profit, which would be, I mean, it's not much, but it is at 5x. So we have 2, so that's to be a 10% gain. I'd probably get out of this trade. I know we weren't talking about the ribbons today, but it's just something that's painfully obvious to see. We saw the same thing here. Touch, 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 and then a walk down. So let's go forward and see what happens. Yep, there it is. It's still basically sideways, but it let you know where it was trending, didn't it? And now I have everything on the south side. Typically, actually I'll show you in the future. All this sideways. So now I have down, 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 and still down. I mean, if you wanted to short when this top bar turned red, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I just don't short bull markets. Not long term. I will scalp them, but not long term. Ooh, look at that guy forming. So we have 3 down, 1 up. So we're looking for our next long. Now we have 2 up. There we go. We have green up, orange up, green up. So I will probably take a long there. If I can grab the right tool. There we go. It told you. It told you a candle before it happened what was going to happen. So now I have all signals up. So I should see a continuation. I have one signal down. Two signals up, three signals up, four signals up. Up, 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 down. That's three up, one down. We're staying in this trade. All signals up. Nope. Okay, so now we have two down, three down, and the green wedge is the only thing that's up. So this orange wedge is down, this blue wave is down, the bar turned red. So that's three downs. The green's on the north side. Getting out of this trade now. Let's see how we did. We did about 2.5% times 5. I mean, I'll take a 12, 13% gain over 4.5 days, 5 days. So it's told us to get out. So let's see what happens. Okay, so now we have two signals up, three signals up, and a green. You know what that means. I'm buying again. So we'll start to slide forward. Two down, two up. I can't get out of that yet. Now we have three down. I would have to get out of that and take that loss. So they're not all perfect. %. We have to multiply that by 20% loss. Let's see what happens moving forward. Okay, so now we have, and honestly, when something tells you to get out, get out. You might say that, hey, it might come back. If I just give it more time, it might come back. We're in a bull market, it's going to come back. And that's mostly true, right? But then you see things that happened in May, and you see what happened, last spring. And these huge crashes that happen, they could eat up. And if you're in a leverage play, no, sir. That can eat up so much of your value. You could lose 80% of you could lose 100% of what you have if you're not a smart leverage trader. So when the signals tell you to get out, you get out, even if it's a loss, and you just start again. So right now I have green, which is up, orange is up, blue is up, green wave's down. That's three up, one down, taking a buy. Get that there so we can remember where we're at. And even though it's still sideways, man, do you guys remember that? It was just like sideways forever. It felt like. Okay, so I have blue down, green up, nothing from the orange wave or the green wave. So we're hanging in there. So now I have two down, two up. Won't be mad if you got out, but I'm staying in. Now I got three up, one down. Two down, two up. I'm just kind of hanging in there. So now I have same thing. Up, up, down. Still hanging in there. Okay, I could feasibly get out here. Even though that green wave is almost nowhere to be found. Yeah. So now this is an unmixed signal. So now we're looking for our next buy-in. Here's our next buy-in. And we're still all major signals up except for orange is down, so we're staying in. Now we have 2 up and 2 down. Now we have 1 up and 3 down, so I would take profit here. And that is a gain of $2.75 times 5. So we'll say 13-14% gain. And now we'll look for our next. And this is literally all it is. You could trade off these, come out positive 90% of the time. So if I'm looking for my next long, and like I said, every one of these tags forward, every one of these candles is a 3-hour candle. So that's how you can trade. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. So whenever you have this blue wave crossing on the ascent of the orange wave, that's something bad's happening. If you're going on the south side, if you're going up, something good's happening. So right now, and especially if the top bar matches. So right now we have a red top bar, which is a negative signal. Green is down. I know it's kind of hard to see in there, but it is. Orange is down, and blue is cutting into a sharp orange. So for sure, this is everything lining up to say you're going to short today, even though you hate shorting in a bull market. So let's drop a flag here so we remember where we are. Okay. This is, and you have 3 hours to make this decision, right? And this is screaming. All signals are pointing down. Blue's cutting into orange on the ascent, or I guess in this instance, the descent. Green is scooping down. For sure, I'm shorting this. Let's see what happens. Cow, look at that. Ooh. Yeah, that was a bad day for the market. And so I'm holding. I have 1 signal up now, orange wedge, 3 signals down. So I'm staying in this down. Now I have 1 signal up and 3 signals down. I'm staying in this. Look at that. All signals are down. Why would I ever get out of that? So VWAP's up now. VWAP's back down. Okay, let's take a look. Now we have orange up, green up, blue down, red down. So we're flip a coin. You could take profit, man. This would be killer profit if you took it. I would generally wait for 1 more signal. Oh, look at that. Okay, so here we have 3 ups and red. So I would have taken that for sure. So blue goes up. Let's take it from the top of it just to not be greedy. So over 6 days and 9 hours, we went up 12.75%. Times our 5x. That's a 60% gain on this short because Precog told us exactly what to do. Now we could have been stuck in this long, right? This was moving up. There was no real reason to get out of this long trade, but Precog told us to. And we listen because it keeps us from hurting ourselves in the long run. So anyway, that is how Precog works. As you see moving forward, you can follow these trades. When odds are up, it moves up. When odds are down, it moves down. It's the simplest thing in the world. So if I'm going to exit this and go to where we are right now, and you are surely listening to this in the future, right now, I have 2 hours left on this 3-hour candle. October 5th, 2021 at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is UTC minus 5. I have a green bar. I have orange is up, blue is up, green is up. And we just got out of a big rally where we went from 41,000 to 51,000. Everybody says there's going to be a retracement. What do the signals say? They're all up. What do they say? Of course, if I had to choose to buy or not buy right now, I'm going to buy because everything lines up. And that is how to trade off 4 signals. The next thing you should learn are these green, and sometimes they're so frustrating, these purple columns. And what they do is they catch it. If they're pointing down, that means we're probably in a big rally, and they put a kibosh on that and start making it trade flat. We're doing a rally, purple candles come in, kibosh, start trading flat. Going down, effectively traded flat here. And as soon as they're gone, it'll continue or it'll reverse, but it won't stay going flat for long. And just to scroll back through, let's find these guys. Okay, going up, going up, going up. Caught the purple candles. Put a kibosh on that run. Going up, going up, going up. Purple candles. Put a kibosh on that rally. Same here. Going up. Purple columns come in. Put a kibosh on that. But it's not always a bad thing. It's just we've been trending up for a while. Here we were falling from June 29th. Not a single purple candle pointing up until right here. So we fell 17% over 20 days. And then our little purple candles came in. So they're going to catch us on this purple pillow. Let us take a breather. Send us back up. The green diamond comes in, which you very rarely see, which means major trend reversal. So if we've been trending down for a long time, green diamond comes in and says, hey, why don't we flip this around? Start heading back up. So the columns caught us. The diamond reversed us. Headed back up. We'll keep scrolling back. Take a look at these. It always works. So we're falling, 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 falling. Purple comes in. It catches us. Start trading sideways. It doesn't mean it's not going to keep falling after that purple leaves, but it gives us a breather to say, hey, let's see what the other signals do to maybe make a decision. We start cranking up. Purple puts a little stop on it. Says, hey, let's take a breather. Start falling hard. Purple catches us. So let's think about what we're doing. So that's what those purple columns mean. It's a place that catches a falling or puts brakes on a fast rising trend line. That's what those mean. And if you do scalp trading, let's go ahead and enable scalp trading and move down to the 3-minute candle. So here in settings, I'm going to enable scalp signals. And they're going to come in as yellow arrows. So if I'm scalp trading, and each of these is 3 minutes, so you have to be on it and at your screen. Let's take it back randomly to, we can just start here. Or we can go back. Let's go back and see what happens. The intensity of color kind of shows the intensity of what they're guessing is about to happen. So if we start here, and I'm here at this faint green up, so we just had this crash, or this faint yellow up. Yellow says, hey, why don't we do a little scalp buy? And me for scalp buys, I usually, while I do my 6-day, 7-day long trades at 5x, my scalps I usually do between 10 and 15x. But I would buy here and let it run a candle or two. And honestly, I would have probably sold here because I'm not in it for the long haul. I just want to get my profit and run. So if I go from here to here, it's 0.5% times 10. It's 5% gain in what? 12 minutes? Who's not going to take that? So then here, we have a stronger signal. So at the end of this candle, this yellow, stronger, so it's brighter, arrow points down. So I'm going to take a short here, let it run probably a candle or two, take my gains. Right here, same thing. I'm going to let it run a couple candles, take my gains. Faint signal. So this harder signal, I'll usually do closer to 15x. This fainter signal, I'll do closer to the 10x side of that, but that's generally how I do this. We have this down. Let's see what happens. Calls down, I'll let it run a couple candles, and I'll take my profit. I mean, obviously, if I would have left it in long term, it would have kept riding, but that's not what scalping is about. Scalping is about getting in a small portion of what your stack is. You don't want to put your whole stack in at 15x to run for 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 9 minutes. Take a small portion of your stack. Get some solid leverage out of it. Take your 4%, 5%, and walk away. Like that's how scalping works. Right here, arrow down. Take it, and I would have been flat in there. I would have got out, no loss, and just been fine with that. Right here, small arrow down. Fine. Take it a couple candles, walk away. Heavier arrow down, same thing. Take a couple candles, walk away. The red diamond is like the green diamond, but it should be fainter because that green diamond takes a major reversal. This one gives a small reversal. And you can see it form here and run. At the 3-minute charts, you can just ignore the diamonds altogether because they're effectively worthless. I mean, you're not running at a high enough bit rate to actually see the full picture anyway. So that is how scalp trading works. Here, green arrow down. Very next candle, craters, run a couple candles, get out. Since I'm not particularly scalping right now, I'll turn that off. And go back up to my 3-hour, which is where I trade. So that's how Precog works. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll try to answer.